If you're a flight attendant, raise your hand to let me know if you really like doing paperwork on passengers because there was a flight incident. I don't know when I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Traveling Guy. My name is Thomas. I am a regional flight attendant, and today I begin a 4-day trip. It is a fairly easy 4-day trip, and it's the first trip of June as well. So we're starting a new month. It's starting all over again, and what I bid for, I got for this month. I didn't do any international. I don't check out anytime after 5 o'clock, meaning my on go home day. I'm done before 5 o'clock, which I got on all my trips all this month. I also want to say happy Pride Month to the LGBT community. Happy Pride Month to you all. And yeah, it's early. I'm here. It's 6:42. I have to be at the airport at 7:25, so I'm sitting in the parking lot talking to you all for right now. And I'm done today about 4 o'clock. I do a Wilmington, North Carolina turn, and then I end up in Green Bay later on tonight. So I'll see you guys a little bit later on. Good afternoon. So I've made it here to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today's flights were very uneventful, just 3 flights and a 2.5-hour sit. So I did something stupid. I left my lunch that I packed in the refrigerator. So yesterday I harvested some romaine lettuce from my garden. I cut up the lettuce just so I can bring it along on my trip, and I left it in the refrigerator this morning. So I have no food. It is what it is. I do have snacks again, so I was fine throughout the day because, you know, I'm still gonna eat regardless, but I did leave my food. Other than that, today we had to start back doing, demonstrating the oxygen mask and the life vest. Before we was just showing it on the information card because of COVID. Now we have to actually demonstrate it. So, other than that, that is all that I have for you today. I have a 4:40 van time in the morning, so that means I have to get up at least by 3:30, 3:40 to get ready for that. So I'm gonna wind down, probably go work out, find something to eat, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to day 2 of 4 for me. I am on the plane this morning. It's rough. I got up at 3:40 this morning, and I was just basically like a walking zombie. So today I have 4 legs. I originally had a sit in between, and so what I did was I swapped out my overnight to Moline to come back to Green Bay, and then I added another turn in between because it gave me a 5-hour sit once I got to Atlanta, just to maximize on my credit hours on this particular trip. So today I go from Green Bay back to Atlanta, then I sit for probably like an hour and a half, then I do a Columbus, Georgia turn, and then I end up back in Green Bay tonight, again around the same exact time, on like 4 o'clock today. So I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get back to Green Bay. Hello everyone, so I made it here to Green Bay again. Today was very easy, very uneventful. Nothing really happened on the flights at all. It's just, I did, plane swapping, going from a 900 this morning to doing a turn on a 200, then back to a 900, back to Green Bay. So it is what it is. But last night I was on open time and, just looking around, see if I have something I can play with my schedule. Then I noticed that in open time, about like an hour before I looked at it, they dropped a 5-day worth 31 hours, almost 32 hours, which I haven't seen a 31-hour 5-day since I first started 3 years ago. So for me, it was a no-brainer. All I did was just slid 1 day down and picked up the 5-day, and it just gave me an extra day off prior to that. So I'm gonna put my schedule here. Also, what I noticed is I kept asking everybody kept posting their schedule, trying to trade their schedules and stuff. And I noticed that everybody had the 30th in the first off. And I said that was the setup, because normally we get 2 days off before we start a trip. So what they did was, we're off on the 30th and the 1st. That means we have to work the 4th of July weekend. They have enough coverage of flying for the 4th of July weekend. And so what I did was I picked up a 2-day on the back end of my 5-day. So that way I worked the 30th and the 1st. So that way they have to give me the 2nd and the 3rd off, because my family would basically be doing a barbecue on the 3rd, that Saturday. So that way I'm off and possibly have a trip on the 4th, starting on the 4th. And that way I can get paid the holiday pay for it. So I did that. And how I am legal to work 7 days a week like that, because you're not legal. You can have to have 24 hours off for every 7 days. So I have 24 hours off before the 2-day. So I'm done at like 1 something from the 5-day, and then I don't report for my 2-day until 2 the next day. So that gives me 24 hours off. That's how I was able to do the 7 days in a row. But right now, that puts me at 112 hours for the month. And that is a lot of hours considering regional, because we don't really do like cross-country routes like low-cost carriers and mainline. So that is a lot of hours. And the only time I picked up on my off day was the 2-day, just so I could be off on the 4th of July weekend. That way I can just spend time with my family and just hang out with my family and do something, because I haven't really hung out with them because I've been working during the holiday seasons most of the time, I think. Yeah. So that's why I did it that way. But other than that, I only picked up 2 days on my off day just to be off. But the rest was I swapped during my regular trips to make more credit hours. But other than that, I have to get back up today at 3:40. I want to go to bed at 9, but realistically, it probably won't be till 10:30. But I only have 2 legs tomorrow, so it'll be easy. But I'm going to go work out. I'll see you guys a little bit later on in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It is day 3 of 4, and today's a very short day. I only have 2 legs. I go from Green Bay to Atlanta to Jacksonville, North Carolina. And I know you heard it before because I said it so many times in my previous videos. I dislike the Jacksonville overnight just for the simple fact of the van ride. I have work out the first flight tomorrow, so I have to get up at probably about 3:30. But since today is a short day, it's okay. I can go there and take a nap and try to rest up as much as possible. I do have a 2-hour sit in between my 2 legs, so I'll be sitting in the airport, people watching like I always do. Until then, I'll see you guys a little bit later on, or if anything happens in between, I'll make sure I get back to you. Good afternoon, everybody. So I made it here to Jacksonville. Today was almost uneventful, but the flight here was delayed for like an hour because the flight that we were supposed to take out needed to go back to the hangar for maintenance. They were supposed to bring one over from the hangar, but that never happened. So we just took whatever flight that parked at the gate and we got on, but it was nothing. We still landed maybe 30 minutes after our original time that we were supposed to be here. But other than that, that's all that happened. But today, I'm taking a nap. I don't care how long I sleep because tomorrow's go home day. So I only have 3 legs. So I can, if I sleep too long and I'm up, I'll be all right for tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a nap because I've been up since 3:40 this morning. So I'll see you guys tomorrow on go home day. Good morning, everybody. Today is go home day for me. And it's early again, but hey, we get done early. I have 3 legs today. I go from Jacksonville to Atlanta to Wichita, and back to Atlanta. I'm done by 2 o'clock today. So I'm done before 2 o'clock, and then I have 2 days off. Something did happen yesterday that made the news. It showed that a flight from Los Angeles going to Nashville, a passenger tried to breach the flight deck door. And some things happened, but the article will be up here or somewhere in here, so you'll be able to see that. And part of those things do play in my mind. What would I do in that situation? And I play that over and over in my mind a lot. What would I do in certain situations if something was to happen? I don't know why I do that. Maybe it's just to prepare myself or to mentally be like, just be ready for anything to happen. But that is kind of scary, some of the things that we have to deal with and what's going on right now with passengers. I obviously don't know the full story, so I can't tell you what actually happened. I can only go off what the article says, and I can leave the article in the link down below. But other than that, I'll probably see you guys once I get home or back into the employee park. Hello, everybody. So I made it home here from my 5-day trip. My first few legs were very uneventful. Then the very last turn from Wichita it ended eventful, I should say. There was a passenger. He was the last to board. You know, basically he came on with nothing, just a bag, as if he went to the terminal to buy some snacks or whatever like that. And while we were, you know, doing our demo and everything like that, I noticed he was just doing a lot of, you know, like moving around, because he was sitting in row 5. I'm sitting in the front jump seat because I'm working the front. And during taxiing, I just noticed him kind of ducking, moving, and just doing too much. And with everything that was going on this past week with the airline industry, it made me pay more attention to him because he was just doing too much movement. Anytime anybody does too much moving on a plane, like just unnecessary movement, I'm paying attention to them carefully. And because this catches my eye, when you're just doing too much, I automatically see that. And when we got up in the air and we was able, you know, the 10,000 chime, I saw him move from 5B, which is the outside, which he was in my direct line of sight. He moved over to 5A, and I can't see him because 4 was blocking him. And again, he was just doing one of these ducking and everything like that. So as I'm doing my first trash run, I noticed when I got by like 5, 6, I smelled something like a fruity but like nicotine fragrance, and didn't know what it was. So I asked my flying partner, I said, "Do you smell that?" And she went back and she did smell it. She said it smelled like a vape. Again, I paid more attention to him because to see if he was vaping. Then he woke up, and then I kept noticing he kept ducking behind 4A and really didn't see anything or see him do anything. So as we were landing in Atlanta, we was getting ready to land. We've done our final walkthrough. I noticed that he ducks down, and I go walk to 4, and I see him put his mouth to the vape. And I had to go back and sit down because we was like literally seconds from landing. So as soon as we landed, I let the captain know what was going on, and he called the gate agent, told the gate agent, because he's never dealt with that situation. Told the gate agent. Gate agent went and got a red coat. Red coat came down, asked me what happened. I told him exactly what happened. He wasn't vaping to the point of where you can see a big cloud of smoke. It was kind of like he was doing one of those little hits, like just to get enough. And at first he was denying it. And then he said to the gate agent, this is him telling the gate agent, that I vape because I get anxiety sometimes. And like you just told on yourself. So, and he got real loud and disrespectful. And the gate agent was like, listen, what we not finna do is get disrespectful, because I stay ready. And that's exactly what she said. And, you know, I stayed on the plane because if just in case something did happen. But I felt totally bad afterwards, because it's like, don't nobody want to kick anybody off the plane or stop them from making it to their final destination. Like, we don't want to do that. And like I told him, he said, I don't know what he saw, but I said, I have no reason to lie on you, sir. No reason to lie on you. I know what I saw. You put your mouth to it. You're not even supposed to have it out. The fact that I saw you put it to your lips, that's enough. And he wasn't able to continue on his destination. He had to find another way to get to Jacksonville to a funeral. And I felt, like I said, I felt bad because I didn't want to do that. But the thing is, you have to report those things, because you never know who's on the plane, and you never know who saw him do it. Because there was a guy that was sitting like right behind him who was looking in his direction the entire flight. So let's just say I didn't say anything. I didn't report. I let it go. But he reports it, that he saw them. Now I have to have a meeting and tell them why I didn't say anything. So that was my first time ever having to actually really, I won't say I kicked him off the plane because we landed in Atlanta, but he couldn't continue on to his destination to go to a funeral with us. He had to find another way to get there. Like I said, nobody wants to do that. No flight. If you're a flight attendant, raise your hand to let me know if you really like doing paperwork on passengers because there was a flight incident. Probably not a soul will raise their hand, because don't nobody wants to do all that. And it's not really worth it. Like, I don't know too many flight attendants that want to do paperwork and want to kick somebody off the plane. But other than that, that's all that happened. Again, this was the last flight of the day for me, and it happens. But I'm off for a few days. I think it's 3 days. I'm off for a few days, and I'm just going to take this time to decompress and just do things to clear my mind and get ready for the next 5-day. But I want to thank you all for watching. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to all my returning subscribers. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. And as always, hug on the ones that you love. Tell the ones that you love them. I'm out.
I'm unexplained. I don't know when I'll be back again. Kiss me and